Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have a new drugstore powder foundation to try out for you guys today, and it comes to us from Maybelline. This is their new Super Stay 24-hour hybrid powder foundation. I picked up the shade 118. I got this straight from Amazon. I think that might have been the first place that it's been released. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Definitely haven't seen it pop up at Ulta yet. There are 16 different shades to choose from, and it does retail for $14.99. Now, I do enjoy the Super Stay line. I like the liquid foundation, and today, and probably throughout this video, I'll be wearing the Super Stay Active Concealer. I have shade 11 in the concealer, so I'm really looking forward to this. I have high expectations for it. Now, this new powder foundation is going to provide medium to full coverage. It says that it's sweat resistant, water resistant, and transfer resistant as well. It says it's going to resist cakiness and patchiness on our skin, so we'll definitely see about that. Now, if it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steph, and this is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup. You're always going to see the latest and greatest in makeup reviews. That is the primary content on my channel. New makeup reviews. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes. I love foundation reviews. This is one of my most favorite things to do, guys. Foundation videos. I also love to do makeup ranking videos. If that sounds like something you want to be a part of and something you want to see on a daily basis, do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you are interested in this new Maybelline powder foundation, give this video a thumbs up before you go. Just a quick side note, especially for those of you that it's your first time here, I am 40 years old and I have normal to oily skin. I am oily primarily in my T-zone, with my nose being the oiliest place on my face. Right now, my major concerns are the fine lines under my eyes and large visible pores, especially like on my nose and in through this area. I do have old acne scars, minor discoloration on the sides of my cheek. I need a foundation to get me a good 10 hours of wear. Whatever it needs to do after that, but just look good for 10 hours. I go more for medium to full coverage foundations. Definitely not opposed to trying anything and everything. I have so many foundation reviews here on my channel. I will have my foundation playlist linked in a pinned comment. But I've definitely been trying my fair share of powder foundations last year and into this year. I don't mind them one bit. I'm actually very excited for this Maybelline Super Stay Hybrid Powder Foundation. As usual, guys, I will have everything that I'm wearing, talking about, linked and listed in the description box. Some of those things might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Let's dive into this 2-day, 10-hour wear test. On day 1, I do not wear this powder with any helping products, like no primer, no setting spray, anything like that. And on day 2, I wear it the traditional way I would a powder foundation. Let's get started with the application portion of today's video. If you guys want to see this new Maybelline Super Stay Powder Foundation in action, keep on watching. All right, so before we begin applying this powder foundation, since it is day 1 and I don't wear this with any helping products like primer, powder, well, obviously not powder, but like setting spray and stuff, I'm going to do some under eye concealer, and I am using the one from Maybelline. It's the Super Stay Stay Active Concealer, or Activewear Concealer, and I have the shade 11 in this one. So I'm just going to do my under eye area. Typically, though, when I apply powder foundation, I always add a little bit to my nose. It kind of just helps to keep my nose as oil-free for as long as possible and kind of helps to camouflage the pores. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go in with the concealer under the eye area. I'm going to be careful not to take it too far down either, since we're really testing out how the powder foundation wears. If you hear a little bell in the background or a meow, I am babysitting, cat sitting my mom's cat while she's out of town. His name is Cooper. I still have not gotten another pet since Buster made her way over the Rainbow Bridge. Still thinking about it, but don't know that I'm ready yet. All right, let's jump into the powder foundation. I am in shade 118. My favorite brush for applying powder foundation is this one from BK Beauty, and this is the 106 brush. So this is going to provide medium to full coverage. Now again, normally I would go in with obviously my concealer under the eye area as I just did, but I would spot conceal the sides of my cheeks. I'd put some like in my T-zone, and then I'd do the powder on top. But we'll see what this powder foundation is made of from Maybelline. I do like the liquid version of this foundation, and I do like obviously the concealer. So I'm hoping that this powder foundation is going to be a good one. I like powder foundations for those days when you just need to get out the door fast, but you still need to have some coverage on your face. Powder foundations are great for that. Now I'm not going to use this to set my under eye area, but I will do another powder just to set the concealer down. I tend to not like powder foundations under the eye area. They tend to be a little too heavy. Okay, so I feel like this is a medium coverage. I think the shade is pretty good. I don't think this is my same shade that I use in the liquid version of this powder foundation. I want to say that one is like 112 or something. I'll have it in, or you probably already saw the swatches. I'm not too sure where I'm placing the swatches, but I will have it swatched. Taking a closer look at it, I feel like this is gonna be better tomorrow when I lay down the concealer underneath it. Kind of feel like maybe it's sitting on top of my skin a little bit, maybe slightly accentuating some texture. Let's start doing the other side. Now there is a little, I'm sure I showed you guys in the intro, but there is a little puff in a mirror down there as well if you wanted to use that. I always just prefer to buff in my powder foundation with a brush. That's always worked for me, but you do what works best for you. Now right here on the sides of my cheeks, this is always where I like to build up coverage. Now I feel like this has a like just a powder scent to it, like a powder makeup scent to it. All right, so I think you can clearly see pores being accentuated, even right in here. Not looking so great. I am gonna film another video. Oh boy. I'm gonna film another video, so I'm gonna do a little bit of blush and bronzer. I'm probably gonna use a couple Maybelline ones, but this is how it's looking. You can even see how it's like in some of the pores that I have on my forehead. But look at that on my nose. Oh, this is not making a good first impression. I definitely think this is gonna be better tomorrow, like so much better tomorrow. Right now, I am not liking the way it looks at all, but I have to move forward. But we'll see at the 5-hour mark if it's kind of like melted into the skin a bit. And yeah, I hope it gets better as the day goes by, but I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. All right, guys, so I am thoroughly impressed. Like I mentioned at the end of the application, I was hoping that this foundation would take a turn for the better, and I was right. It did. It looks really good right now. It looks really good. I'm wearing a Maybelline bronzer, the City Bronzer, and I'm wearing a Fit Me Blush. I think it's like the nude shade. I don't know. I'll have it in the description box. And I'm also wearing one of the new shades in the Vinyl liquid lipstick. I forget the shade I'm wearing. It'll be in the description box as well. And of course, Maybelline mascara. That's what I added since the application portion. But I think that the glare that you're kind of seeing is just from the light. It's not that I'm oily. I actually feel pretty matte, but it feels comfortable, and this feels really nice, like lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey or anything like that. Like, it feels good. It looks good. I'm happy with the way all of the complexion is looking, but it still has 5 more hours to go. So I'll be back at the end of the night and we'll see what this is looking like without any helping products and after 10 hours. Hey guys, 10-hour check-in here. This is what the complexion is looking like. Wow. Wow. This came a long way since applying it this morning without any primer, without any setting spray, without any concealer, like on my nose, like I told you guys I was used to doing whenever I wear powder foundations. This looks really nice. This looks really nice. Like I could use a little bit of pore filling on my nose. But other than that, I think everything looks really good. Really good. And it's taken on more of like a natural finish. I don't feel like I'm oily. I don't feel greasy or anything. Sure, maybe I could use like a little touch up, but for being 10 hours and me having normal to oily skin, oily primarily in the T-zone, I think it looks really nice. I think it looks really nice. And with the rest of the makeup, I think it looks really good. I don't have any complaints right now. It didn't make a good first impression like initially, but man, it really brought itself together at the end of the day and at the midday check-in. So I'm really going to be curious to see how this looks tomorrow when I pair it with some primer, some setting spray, some concealer on the nose, and just I'm going to spot conceal right here on the sides of my cheeks. That's usually what I do whenever I wear powder foundation, but I'll check in with you guys once I apply everything. I'll let you know what I went in with, and then we'll see how this does for the 10-hour wear test tomorrow, and we'll wrap up the video on this new Maybelline hybrid powder foundation. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so here is the day one, about an hour and a half check-in. I just got done filming this look, and obviously I have the rest of my makeup on. You all will see this look go up before you actually see this foundation review go up, but I'm loving the way everything looks. Like, everything has just meshed so well together. I definitely think this is going to be a powder foundation that it's going to need a little bit of time to just kind of adapt to your skin, kind of absorb into the skin a little bit. I think upon initial application, it doesn't look amazing, although I felt it look better today because I set some concealer down before I went in with this powder foundation, added concealer to the T-zone, especially to the nose and a little bit right here on the sides of my cheeks. But yeah, I think this is going to be one, it just takes a minute to kind of settle in. I think the complexion looks beautiful. I love the coverage I'm getting, and I definitely have very high expectations for this new one from Maybelline. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later. We'll see how it's looking, and of course at the end of the day we will wrap up this 2-day 10-hour wear test trying out this new Maybelline powder foundation. Hey guys, 5-hour check-in here, and this is how the complexion is looking. Everything looks good. I don't see any major differences from this point to when, you know, about an hour, that other check-in that I did earlier. So I think everything looks nice. I did change eye looks. You guys will see this look go up before you see this video. These looks were some of the ones I did using the ColourPop and new Muppets Christmas collection. We'll get into that video later. But I think everything is looking great. I have zero complaints right now. I like the way my complexion looks. So this foundation has really turned itself around. It has 5 more hours to go, and I'll be back later. We'll wrap up the video. I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this one, and I'll also give you guys some comparisons, things that you might already have in your stash. All right, guys, we've come to the end of this 2-day 10-hour wear test, trying out this new one from Maybelline. Mine cracked. I'm so sad. Mine cracked in the corner. I think I set it down a little too aggressively on the table earlier. But look at how great my complexion looks. I love it. I think this is definitely one that just kept getting better and better as the day went on. I think that, you know, as soon as you apply it, you might see that it doesn't look as great as you were hoping it would, but just give it time. Give it a few minutes, maybe within the hour, just to settle in. And then once your natural oil starts to come through, I think it's gonna look great. I love the way my complexion looks. I have no complaints. I definitely like it better today that I paired it with a primer and concealer. I definitely have to wear concealer with powder foundations. For me, it just kind of helps to camouflage the pores a little bit and just give me that added bit of coverage. But this powder foundation from Maybelline does provide pretty good coverage on your own. I also use this a little bit under my eye today because obviously you know, I've been creating looks all day. And so instead of just reaching for that Flower Beauty powder that I used earlier to set my under eye area, I kind of use a little bit of this and it seemed to work out fine. I wouldn't do that normally or like on a daily basis, but you know, when you're in a bind and this is all you have, then yeah, use it to set your under eye area. But I think this looks good. It feels good. I'm not shiny. I'm not like excessively oily. It's been 10 hours, no touch-ups. I really like it. For me and my 40-year-old normal to oily skin, I think it did a fantastic job. Maybelline, you're getting 2 thumbs up from me today. Now, for those of you with dry skin, would I recommend this? I feel like it's gonna have to be one that you're gonna have to try for yourself. I don't feel like this is gonna be too hydrating of a formula. I think there's some other powder foundations that are infused with different ingredients that can give you a little bit of hydration, but I feel this is going to be more intended for those of us with normal to oily or full-on oily skin. I'd probably stay clear of it if I were you, if you have dry skin. Now, I also said I was going to give y'all some recommendations. So you guys know I love the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I have this in 3 different shades. I just couldn't find my correct shade. I had one that was too dark, one that was too light, and now I have like the perfect one in between. The one I pulled out is the one that's too dark. 210N is a little too dark for me right now, but I love that powder foundation. It does a great job on my normal to oily skin. I think for the price, I think both of these are very similar in price point. But I think the e.l.f. is like a couple dollars cheaper. So whichever one I think is more readily available for you, then go that route. But this one from Maybelline, man, this one, I think this one is beating my e.l.f., my favorite one from the drugstore, by a little bit, by a smidge. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep wearing it, keep trying it out. I've worn the e.l.f. one much more times than I've worn this one, but so far, I'm really liking this one from Maybelline. I also have this one from Essence, another one at the drugstore. This is not my favorite. This one is just okay. I definitely prefer the e.l.f. and this Maybelline one over this one. And then high-end, the Fenty one is actually pretty good, and they have quite a few shades in this one. They have more shades in the Fenty than they do in this one from Maybelline. So those are my thoughts, guys. It's a winner for me. It did great these last couple days. Now I want to hear from you. Did you guys pick this up from Amazon? So far, I think that's the only place where you can find it, but I'm pretty sure it'll be making the rounds at a drugstore near you very soon. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this one and if it's something that's going to be on your shopping list. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.